What if I told you that you no longer need a digital console like the one sitting behind me for your front of house audio? A couple weeks ago, I was hanging out at Venue Church in Chattanooga, Tennessee with worship pastor Grayson Parker. We were doing a behind the scenes video. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I'll link it below. But he was showing me around behind the scenes, and when we got to the production booth, I saw nothing but 2 screens sitting where a digital console would normally sit. It kind of blew my mind for a second, because normally when you walk behind a sound booth, you're like, oh yeah, there's the console, there's the lighting board, there's this or that, and you know exactly what's going on, or at least can kind of start figuring out what's going on. But they didn't have that. It was 2 touch screens. And then I got to thinking, well, maybe this is where we should be anyway. I mean, you look at the cell phone, for example. I mean, it's no longer are there a ton of buttons all over the cell phone. I mean, there's maybe a couple on the side, hardly any on the front anymore. And I'm thinking, this is really cool, and I want to show you guys what this is about, because maybe you haven't heard about this at all. Kind of like me. I mean, the only thing I knew about Waves products were plugins for digital consoles. So I'm going to let Grayson tell you a little bit more about that. But first, I do want to tell you specifically they were using the Waves eMotion LV1 software. I'm going to read you what Waves says about the solution themselves. So it's their live sound solution, and they say, Waves Live offers comprehensive real-time, low-latency processing, recording, and network solutions for live broadcasting and theater productions, placing studio-grade processing tools in the hands of front-of-house, monitor, and broadcasting engineers for leading performers and renowned productions worldwide. Wow. They include everything in this software. EQs, compressor, I mean, you name it, it's in the software. All you need is a computer, a couple touch screens, or however you want to do that. You do need your stage boxes and your snakes running from your stage boxes to your stage, or everything just running straight to the stage box that then connects via network cable back to the computer front of house. And I'm telling you, this is awesome. I'm going to let Grayson talk about what it's been like for them switching over from a digital console to Waves as their front of house audio solution. All right, let's go. So we're back here real quick at the console.
Yeah.
Or the screens, rather.
Yes. Yeah.
So what's it like transitioning over to something like this instead of your traditional console? Because, I mean, normally there's a big console here with all your capabilities, right?
Yeah. Honestly, man, I feel like it's like, if I could put it in the perspective for anybody that would know what these are, if anybody remembers the Walkman or the Discman, you know, cassette tape decks that you'd walk around and listen to music on, or CD players, I feel like it's the comparison of like that to going to iPods and doing MP3s, and it's just convenient and easier. It's technology. It's where we're at now.
Right.
And I feel like, you know, for me, it's just night and day, easier difference. It's not even weird. It's not even like, it's honestly more convenient and easy, and everything's digital. No more snakes. Everything's ran on a Cat 6 network cable that plugs into the tower, into this little puppy here that runs it, and then it also shoots out this Wave sound grid. And that's where all our control is. I mean, I'm not running snakes. We're not trying to patch stuff. And just the ability that this thing gives you, like, you know, we're running, like I said, we're right now running 48 channels, you know. And then we have the ability to go to 64, and they're all stereo. From monitor mixes, aux lines, like in-ears, everything's stereo. And it's so easy to mess with. Like, it ends up becoming a complete board. You know, I can have channel 1 through 16 here, and then 17 through 32 here, or I can just click and go to 33 through 48, and I'm mixing. And then also too, we have all our groups, you know, what we're sending, all our auxes. So like, you know, from worship leaders to guitars to drums, you know, we got all our auxes here, effects as well. So if we have effects on anything, you literally can just slide it up. So if I wanted more reverb, delay on that individual channel, I just slide it over. I mean, and honestly, like, anybody can use it. Like, it's been so easy to train with our dream team as well, like, because you visually see it, and just read it, and it just makes sense, even if you don't know much about this board at all.
That's cool.
And this is our point-to-point channels. So this is what we're running specifically to our North Georgia campus.
That's awesome.
So we're sending 8 different channels of audio just to North Georgia. Normally they're getting our pastor's mic, they're getting the worship leader's mic, whoever's leading worship on the 4th song, because we come up down there and lead together and sing a song together as 2 campuses being one. We're sending our click and cues, the MD, the guy calling the numbers and the cues and wherever when we start to flow and just kind of go with our pastor. We're also sending all the tracks. So you got your percussion, guitars, keys, background vocals, all that kind of stuff running down channels. And we also have our house keyboard running down there that's flowing behind pastor sometimes. We're sending our Pro Presenter and video channel down. So when we fire a video here, it fires down there and it sends the audio. So we're synced together. And then we got some extra channels that we do for online mixing and stuff. And I mean, this thing's just been an answer, to what we needed. I know everybody has their own preference and what they need, but this is what I think. As long as we're making choices that best work for the vision of the house that we serve at, I mean, it's the way to go. And so it works for us, and if that's something anybody's watching feels like, they want to know more about, they can contact us, or we can give them the information or post links or whatever. But like, Waves has been awesome, and it's not as expensive as most digital consoles. So it's very budget friendly as well.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Always.
If you want to learn more about Waves and what all they do, especially for live sound like what we're talking about today, go to waves.com and you can check out all the information. So Waves eMotion LV1 software is about $16.99 USD, and you can purchase that on their website and any other product that you need to make that happen in your church. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and subscribing if you're not already. And remember, great worship leaders are always learning. USD, right?
USD, yeah. That's US. Yeah.
Huh?
USD is American.
Yeah, American money. Right.